Hello, and welcome back to the next part of the WA2 Drama CD reading. This is Before the Festival, 24 Hours Together. So, as the name implies, this is the day before the festival where they were desperately trying to learn Todokanai Koi. In the last part, Setsuna was practically shaking Kazusa, being like, "Look at the lyrics! What do you think this means?" And Kazusa's like, "I have no idea. What are you talking about?" It was awful. So things are very, very tense, but let's continue on with Chapter 5, Middle School Love. All three of them rehearse until that hazy answer appears. This love won't. Haruki's guitar playing lags behind at one point, but does not fall apart completely. And he ends cleanly. He is ecstatic. Oh, right. No mistakes. Yes, I made it. Hey, Toma, that was good, right? Setsuna, I didn't get in the way of the vocals, right? What's going on, you two? Ogiso, the two of us need to have a meeting. Come to my room. Yeah, okay. The girls get up to go. It's so awkward. Haruki, poor Haruki, he didn't even get like a, "Oh, good job, Kitahara, like, nice, you finally did it." He just gets left with silence. Huh? What? Why just Ogiso? You did well just now, right, Kitahara? So I don't need to have a meeting with you. Sorry about this, Haruki-kun. I'm going to borrow your teacher for a bit. No, wait. What exactly am I supposed to do in the meantime? Good point. She opens the door. All right. Keep playing the whole time. Once you've managed to play it through 10 times with no mistakes, come and get us. But the festival will be over by then. The door shuts. The girls arrive at Kazusa's room. Come in. All right. Kazusa shuts the door of her room. Even Kitahara won't come in here, as rude as he is. I should hope not. You've literally just asked for privacy. Setsuna opens the curtains and looks outside. Wow, it's getting light out. It's nearly dawn. Wow. We'll have to start getting ready to go to school soon. Are you sleepy? Well, I can't say not at all. My eyes are a little bleary. All right, then let's have our meeting. If we don't finish everything up soon, we won't be ready in time for the performance. Right. Since we're short on time, I'll just ask you straight out. Sure. Are you doing this on purpose to give me a hard time? What? Are you still angry from before? Is that why you're half-assing it? What are you talking about? Your singing just now was the worst it's ever been, Ogiso. I know you're sleepy and worn out and not at your peak, but it's obviously more than just that. Like you're not going along with it. Being straight out is not a bad thing here, especially with the time crunch, especially because nobody's slept and everybody's out of patience. If only she could do that in all aspects of her life, things would be a lot easier. Do you have any refutation to give to that? If so, I'll be glad to listen. Toma, What? You really are only serious when it comes to music. But with that, you're direct, harsh, and your intuition is good. That's because if you took music away, I'd have nothing left. This is so sad for Kazusa because at this point she's still in high school. And until this point, it's been driven into her, directly and indirectly by her mom, that if she doesn't have musical talent, she is nothing. And that's awful. I hate it when she says things like this. I hate it when it's perpetuated throughout the story. She could be more, but because she's heard this so many times, she doesn't even bother. It's awful. I swear I'm not singing badly on purpose. I've been doing the best I can. Yeah, I apologize then. I'm not taking back what I said, though. That was some seriously bad singing. Yikes. Yes, I understand. I'm no expert, and even I could tell. I could feel the song scattering away from me. I couldn't keep my voice from just slipping along. For someone so smart, Ogiso, you're pretty intuitive. The movements of your heart come right out in your voice. They understand each other's feelings better than their own feelings. You're amazing, Toma-san. I thought the same thing at the boarding house before. You know my feelings better than I do. I wouldn't say that. Even though you refuse to understand his feelings, even though you aren't even trying to understand your own. So, what are you going to do? What am I going to do? Promise to renew your efforts and give it your best? Or decide that you can't do it after all and give up at the stage? Are those the only two options? What would the third option be? Kazusa becomes the singer? That would be really cool. But no, that would throw off the entire rest of the storyline. Just so you're aware, I'm not about to compromise after we've come this far. If you're not going to make this the best performance you can possibly give, it's not happening. You're mean. Seriously, Ogiso, cut it out. Toma-san. Now is not even remotely the time to be doing this. You were the one, right at the start, who said we should work hard to finish our song. I mean, you guys said it was your song, like our song, but it's really not. I'm sorry. So we can't be fighting right now. For the sake of making this performance a success. Meaning, for Haruki-kun's sake? For your sake, Ogiso. And for mine, really. This is a problem between the two of us, right? It has nothing to do with Kitahara. Nothing to do with Kitahara. He's just the center of the argument, but still nothing to do with him, I guess. Toma-san. Well, I might not be that close with you or good at dealing with you, Ogiso, but I don't hate you. Not in the least. I see. So, Ogiso. In other words, it's not for Haruki-kun, but thanks to Haruki-kun. You're fully determined to bring the conversation back to that, huh? Well, if you hadn't gotten to know him, if he hadn't forced his way into your life, would you be thinking about things between us this way, Toma-san? Trying to reconcile with somebody after a misunderstanding, talking together and looking to the future. Would you have been able to think like that? No comment. You're bright red, Toma-san. You looked exactly the same way the first time the two of us ever had a conversation. Oh, it was a cute conversation. Before all the real big drama started setting in. I'm just kidding. Sorry about that, Toma-san. I'm getting carried away with my own whims again. Give me a break, will you? How am I supposed to answer questions to things I've never even thought about? So, I'm going to do one more selfish thing. Seriously? You're not done? This is my last request. If you'll do this for me, I'll give everything I've got. I'll focus my energy as high as it can go and give my best performance. Ogiso. So, will you tell me? Tell you what? The name of the boy you like. Oh my god. High school drama. But really, and the title of this is middle school drama because this is such a middle school drama question. Tell me the name of the boy you like. Oh my god, you have a crush. Ooh. It's so silly. Cut to Haruki practicing. He flubs a note and shouts in despair. Right after I got 8 in a row with no mistakes. Damn it. Time to start back over from the beginning. He begins playing again. Cut back to the girls. Flustered. What the hell are you thinking, Ogiso? Well, this is what you're supposed to talk about when you're having a sleepover. This is completely unrelated to anything we've been talking about so far. Sounds like you're avoiding the question. Come on, who do you like? Well, I actually know, but I just want to hear it straight from your mouth. You really are my natural enemy. I may not hate you, but I'm completely incompatible with you. I don't like this question from Setsuna. She already knows the answer. She already knows Kazusa doesn't want to talk about it, but she's forcing the issue, and I don't think that's really a kind thing for a friend to do. Once I know that answer, I think I'll be able to put my heart into this song. These feelings that can't go anywhere right now will be sure to reach their mark someday. You already know the answer. What are you talking about? You literally just said I already know. What is the point of doing this other than to embarrass or ridicule Kazusa? That's a complete lie. You're just getting back at me. Well, I'd say I'm self-destructing, but... Anyway, if you're going to stick your nose into somebody else's private business, you should start by giving your own. The boy I like the most is Haruki Kitahara-kun from class 3E. Will that do? Kazusa is stunned into silence. Oy vey. These three are hopeless. These two are hopeless, but Haruki is also hopeless. I don't think you have any reason to be surprised. It's not like I've been trying to hide it. You couldn't have at least hesitated for a second. So what's your next excuse going to be? I'm confident I can talk all of them down. Come on. Getting all excited about telling each other what boys you like is something you do in middle school. You're right. This is just like middle school. If you're aware of it, why don't you quit this ridiculous... I always wanted to do this. The kind of love talk middle school girls have. Huh? A lot went on when I was in middle school, so I was never able to chat with anyone about boys I liked. Oh, so. Which is sad, right? And this is a good point to bring up, and this was something that could have brought these two closer. But the way Setsuna brings it up, it's like holding somebody hostage in this situation. She's making Kazusa so severely uncomfortable. She's trying to force her to talk about feelings that she doesn't want to talk about. If she wants to have these conversations, talk with Io or something, I just don't like how forceful she's being about it. Haruki continues practicing, flubbing the same note as before. Shoot, I messed up the same place again. What if I get stuck doing it this way? He starts over. And there you have it. The story of the loser, Setsuna Ogiso, and her middle school years. Compare with your own past, Toma-san. I'm sure my pain is nothing that terrible, but you don't have to say that. Well, I guess there's no point in comparing in the first place. Yeah. You're the second person I've ever told about this, Toma-san. I've never even told Io. Then the first one was... Granted, I didn't actually have a boy I liked back then, so maybe I wouldn't have been able to chat about boys anyway. I see. They pause. Birds chirp. The fact that she hasn't opened up to Io, though, is too bad. Because Setsuna goes on and on like, oh, I never had any friends, oh, I never had these conversations, whatever. Io is literally right there, wanting and willing to be Setsuna's friend. And yet Setsuna just puts Io on the back burner, even throughout closing chapter, even throughout Coda. She's a friend, but she's not honest with her. She doesn't tell her what's actually going on. So Io and Takaya are constantly just guessing what's going on. It's not fair. If Setsuna wants a best friend so bad, there's literally one right there. The sun is rising. It's about 7 in the morning now. Wow, we've already reached that hour. Yeah. All right, now it's your turn, Toma-san. We finally just got to a comfortable atmosphere here. Why can't you just let it end on that note? I told you the name of the boy I like. I even told you all that embarrassing stuff about me in middle school. If I don't get something back from you, it won't be balanced, right? I know the term manipulative is often thrown around with Setsuna, and honestly, I think it's overused, but this is manipulative. Being like, I already told you, also like I told you my traumatic past, so now you have to do what I say. That's awful. That's not okay. You can't do that to a person. Don't let people do this to you. Ogiso, do you really understand how you look right now? Yep, I know. I'm acting like an unruly child. So all you can do is back down, Toma-san. Isn't it an option for you to back down? I could back down, but then I'll be stuck with this murky feeling, you know? I might sing terribly again. You're playing dirty. Which one of us is playing dirty? I've answered everything you asked me. Toma-san, you want me to give it my all, right? You want to make this show a success, right? For me and for yourself. This is so cruel. She's like, oh, if you don't tell me, then I'm going to make this show awful. Is pretty much what she's saying, which is a really, really crappy thing for her to say. I don't like this. Look, you can relax, Toma-san. I would never think of telling Haruki-kun the name you told me. Wait, why are you bringing Kitahara into it already? All right, I won't say his name. I'll ask you totally flatly. No, listen. Now, take it easy. All you have to do is say 7 syllables. Why have you already decided how many syllables it is? Okay, I'll restrain myself. I'm leaving the rest up to your own autonomy, Toma-san. Even though you're completely forcing me to do this? So, come on. Well, the one, yes. The clock begins to tick audibly. 1, meaning they're out of time, but 2, just kind of reiterating the pressure that's being put on Kazusa. The one I like? Yes. Well, if there's no real deep meaning to it, just someone I don't especially hate, just say his name. Now, Toma-san. Kazusa pauses, takes a shaky breath, then sets herself to speak. Yes, that's the spirit. Say it. I told you first, right? Nothing to be embarrassed about. Kazusa takes one more deep breath. The one? Yes. The one I like. The ticking echoes more loudly. There isn't anyone. Ticking stops. And obviously we know she's lying at this point. But she was so pressured into saying it in the first place that, like, honestly, that's fine. She shouldn't have had to say it anyway. Toma-san, you coward. There really isn't. What do you want from me? I answered honestly. Liar! You're a liar, Toma-san! Liar. I'm not lying. Since the day I was born, I have never once been interested in a guy. Unbelievable. Here you are accusing me of talking about love like a middle schooler, and you've got an elementary school crush. I don't have a crush. I knew a girl just like that in elementary school. It was obvious to everybody around, but she tried so desperately to hide it. No way. I hate him. I mean, she's not wrong here. She's wrong in trying to force this out of Kazusa, but she's not wrong about her feelings. Call me whatever you like. All I've ever been interested in is the piano. Why do you so adamantly refuse to be honest? You're trying so hard to help him and stand by him, and yet... That's just your own mistaken impression, Ogiso. And what about you? Why would you fall for an idiot like that? What's so good about him? You know, Probably for the exact opposite reason you did. I'm telling you, there's no reason on my side to begin with. Compared with other boys, he never really looked at me that much as a girl. It felt nice. Wait, then the exact opposite of that would be... Yep. He was staring at Kazusa like a girl because she was really pretty and he has big dumb high school brain. It was nice, but it got on my nerves a little. So I decided that whatever it took, I wanted to make him more aware of me as a girl. Why are you so fixated on him? He's not a match for you at all. I never really thought about it that way. You've been Miss Hojo High for 2 years in a row. You could at least raise your standards a little. Don't compromise so much. Huh? Don't you think Haruki-kun is a little cooler than the rest, though? And yet, it's just a little. That moderation is a nice thing, too. Listen, talking about Haruki being cool is like an oxymoron. Even if Haruki hadn't done anything awful, right? Even if we know he's not going to do something awful, he is not a cool guy. Like, by any means. By any measure. He is a nerd. He is obnoxious. He's a busybody. He's regular if you want to have a regular crush on him, but don't call him a cool guy. What are you talking about? There are limits to a little, too. This is too little. You're not denying that he's above the rest, though. He's an honors student playing at being in a band where he doesn't fit, and he's painfully stupid. She's not wrong. I think his imperfections are a part of his charm. Seriously, what are you saying? He's nothing but flaws. He can never take a hint. He insists on pushing into everyone else's business. He's a nuisance. Actually, that sounds like Setsuna. But he never demands anything of anyone in return. He's honest and sincere with everyone. I'm not touching that. Once you go that far with your insistence on seeing everything in a positive way, nothing means anything anymore. And he's good at the guitar. You call that good? Anyway, even supposing he's good at it now, that says more about the one who taught him. I see. That's your way of casually showing off how much influence you have. Haruki has dozed off. He suddenly wakes up, then becomes flustered. Shit, I fell asleep. Which round was I on? Birds chirp. Hey, Ogiso? How were you able to fall for someone again? That easily? You've only known him for a month, right? Toma-san, you could be betrayed again. You could be brushed away again. Didn't you think about that after the experience you've had? Yeah, but just because you loved and lost, which she didn't even, but let's just say, that doesn't mean you should never love again. It's still worth it to try again. I have thought about it. I thought about it a lot. Huh? About what would happen if my feelings weren't accepted by the one I liked. Or if they were accepted, but then things fell apart again. Sometimes I even lost sleep over it. Oh. I'm not confident at all. Then she's not, but she sure acts like it. She's very, very good at keeping up the act. Then again, she has to act as Miss Hojo High the past few years, but still. But I couldn't keep the feelings from happening anyway. They just came, almost intuitively. You've got guts, Ogiso. You're just timid, Toma-san. Is there something wrong with being timid? Yes, there is. I mean, that's only my thought on the matter, but I don't believe in people anymore. No one, whether they're a stranger or my own family. No one has ever been concerned about me. I'll never be loved by anyone. Oh, That line alone just makes me want to cry. That is so horrible. This is what's been driven into Kazusa. She's been abandoned and left by everyone. I hate that. Now I'm just sad. Dang it. How can you be so unconfident? You're so cool and cute. It's not about confidence. It's the simple truth. The reality that's been built up over the 10 odd years that I've been alive. She's been alive for more than 10 years. That's a weird way to have written that. Toma-san, no one in this world has ever loved me. Kazusa. It's not true. But now there's someone who does. No, there isn't. I just told you. I'm not going to believe that. And I like you a lot, Toma-san. I want to be your best friend. That's impossible. You could never be... Why? Why would you say something so sad? Do you dislike me that much? You just said it yourself, right? I'm not brave enough to make friends. No matter how badly I want it, it could all end up falling apart, you know? We won't know that unless we try being friends. Even if we both grow to like each other. No, everything could break down because we like each other. Why? Because we what? Now she's avoiding the question. Just, man, come on. You like the same guy. Somebody's gonna get hurt. And it's gonna break down. No matter how close you are. No matter if you're best friends or not. It's a dangerous situation. I'm sleepy. Good night. She lies down. Hey, that's no fair. Just for a bit. Just give me 5 minutes. You're dodging the question again. Even though you like the same boy I do. Don't be ridiculous. Why would I like someone like him? Someone so pushy and annoying who never leaves me alone. This is so frustrating. I'm jealous. Why does he favor you so much? He doesn't favor me. That's just your own dumb assumption. If that's all you're going to say, I'm taking him. Do whatever the hell you want. Really? And now you're pretending to be asleep. Oh boy. She got permission, kind of. Which is an important point. If we're looking into, how bad what Setsuna did was, after Kazusa kissed him and she ended up taking Haruki for herself, she did try to discuss it openly. And she did get permission from Kazusa. Not that I'm saying it was like the morally great thing to do, but I don't think it was as bad as it's been made out to be either. Haruki runs up and starts banging on Kazusa's bedroom door in a panic. His voice is muffled by the door. Toma, Setsuna, how long is this meeting going to take? Wait, you're asleep, aren't you? Wake up! We still haven't played it all the way through together. Please get up. Kazusa and Setsuna sigh in their sleep. Hey, Toma, Setsuna, I'm begging you, wake up. Until that hazy answer appears, this love won't come alive. Oh, what a chapter. Shy, angry Kazusa, and forceful, angry Setsuna. But they talked about it. They talked about it a lot more than it's been revealed in the game during this time. So I do think this is an important point. If you're going to argue about, introductory chapters specifically, what happened there, who was in the right, who was in the wrong, I think this is an important point to keep in mind. It's this conversation between Kazusa and Setsuna. So, we will stop there for now. So thank you so much for joining me on this chapter of the WA2 drama CD, and I'll be back with the next part shortly. So until then, hope you take care. See you.